4월 15일, 벌써 4월도 중반입니다. 이것을 계속한 지도 벌써 약 반달이 넘어가고 있네요. 언제까지 계속할지 모르지만 한 1년 정도는 일단 계속해볼 그런 각오로 임하고 있습니다. 오늘 첫 번째 할 쉐도잉은 Never repeat this mistake. Never repeat these mistakes입니다.
Today, we are going to talk about something very important. Mistakes.
Mistake.
Not the mistakes you make once, but the mistakes you keep repeating. Because the truth is, one mistake can teach you a lesson. But repeating the same mistake again and again can destroy your life. Many people suffer not because life is hard, but because they refuse to learn. In this video, you will learn the mistakes you should never repeat if you want peace, respect, and a strong life. And if you listen carefully, this video will not only change your thinking, it will also improve your English step by step. Now let's begin. Mistake 1. Never trust a traitor twice. The first mistake, and one of the most painful mistakes in life. Never trust a traitor twice. Now understand this very clearly. A traitor is not someone who made a small mistake by accident. A traitor is someone who knew your trust, knew your feelings, knew your loyalty, and still chose to break it. They looked at your honesty and still lied. They saw your support and still betrayed you. They understood your value and still disrespected you. This is not a mistake. This is a decision. And the biggest problem is, most people don't learn after the first betrayal. They forgive too quickly. They trust too easily again. They give second chances without seeing real change. And then they get hurt again. Listen carefully. The first time someone betrays you, it breaks your heart. But the second time, it breaks your self-respect. Because now, you knew who they were, but you still ignored the truth. You told yourself things like, maybe they were confused. Maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe they will change. But deep inside, you already knew. You already felt that something was wrong. The truth is simple. People show their real character in their actions, not in their words. A traitor may say sorry. A traitor may cry. A traitor may promise to change. But words are easy. Change is hard. Real change takes time, consistency, and pain. And most people are not ready to go through that process. So they repeat the same behavior again and again. That is why you must protect yourself, not by becoming cold, not by hating people, but by becoming wise. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to prove anything. Just step back. Just observe. And most importantly, don't give the same level of trust again, because trust is not free. Trust is something people earn slowly. And once it is broken, it should never return to the same level. Respect yourself enough to say, you had your chance, and you lost it. Remember this line for your life. Forgive if you want, but never forget what they showed you. Forgiveness gives you peace, but forgetting the lesson brings back the pain. Your life becomes powerful the moment you stop giving unlimited chances to people who don't deserve it. Because not everyone who says sorry deserves another place in your life. Some people are meant to be lessons, not forever connections. So learn, grow, and move forward. And never, ever trust a traitor twice. Mistake 2. Never expect honesty from a liar. The second mistake, and a very dangerous mistake. Never expect honesty from a liar. Now think about this deeply. A liar is not someone who lies once because of fear or pressure. A liar is someone who chooses lies again and again until lying becomes normal for them. For them, lying is not wrong. Lying is easy. They lie to protect themselves. They lie to hide the truth. They lie to control situations. They lie because they know people will believe them. And the biggest mistake you can make is this. You keep expecting truth from someone who lives in lies. You keep hoping. Maybe this time they will be honest. Maybe now they will tell the truth. Maybe they have changed. But the truth is, honesty is not a one-time action. It is a character. Just like a disciplined person doesn't suddenly become lazy. A liar doesn't suddenly become honest without deep change. And deep change is rare. Very rare. Most liars don't change. They just become better at hiding their lies. They learn how to speak more confidently. They learn how to act innocent. They learn how to make you doubt yourself. Yes, this is important. A liar can make you question your own reality. You start thinking, maybe I am overthinking. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I misunderstood. But inside, something feels wrong. That feeling is your awareness. Don't ignore it. Because your mind may get confused. But your instincts often see the truth first. Now understand this clearly. When you expect honesty from a liar, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Again and again. Because they will not give you what they don't have. You cannot expect loyalty from someone who enjoys deception. You cannot expect truth from someone who is comfortable lying. It is like expecting water from a dry well. No matter how much you try, nothing will come out. So what should you do? First, stop arguing with them. Because arguing with a liar is useless. They will twist words. They will change stories. They will confuse you. Instead, step back and observe patterns. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Because actions always reveal the truth. Second, stop explaining yourself again and again. A liar already knows the truth. They just don't want to accept it. So your explanations will not change them. You are not responsible for fixing someone who chooses dishonesty. Third, create distance. Not with anger, but with clarity. Distance is not weakness. Distance is protection. It protects your peace. It protects your mind. It protects your energy. And most importantly, it protects your self-respect. Because staying close to a liar slowly damages your confidence. You start doubting yourself. You start feeling insecure. You start losing trust in people. And that is dangerous. So protect yourself early. Remember this powerful truth. Not everyone deserves your trust, and not everyone deserves your attention. Some people are meant to teach you a lesson. The lesson is simple. Believe actions, not words, because words can lie, but actions cannot hide for long. So, learn from the pain, understand the pattern, and walk away with wisdom, and never, ever expect honesty from a liar. Mistake 3. Never allow people who left your life on their own to return easily. The third mistake, and one that silently destroys your self-respect. Never allow people who left your life by choice to return easily. Now understand this deeply. Not everyone who leaves your life is forced to leave. Some people don't leave because they had no option. They leave because they wanted to. They chose distance. They chose silence. They
They
chose a
chose a
life
life
without you.
without you.
And when they
And when
left,
they left,
they knew
they knew
exactly what they
exactly
were doing.
what they were doing.
They knew
They
your
knew
value.
your
They
value.
knew your
They knew
love.
your love.
They knew
They
your
knew
presence.
your presence.
But still,
But still,
they walked
they
away.
walked away.
This
This
is
is
important
important.
because many
Because
people try
many
to justify
people
their
try to
leaving.
justify their
They
leaving.
say
They say
maybe they were
maybe they were
confused.
confused.
Maybe they
Maybe
needed
they needed
space.
space.
Maybe it was a
Maybe it was
difficult
a
time.
difficult time.
But the truth
But the
is,
truth is,
when someone
when
truly
someone
values
truly
you,
values you,
they don't walk
they
away
don't
so
walk
easily.
away so easily.
Yes, life can
Yes,
be
life
hard.
can be hard.
Yes,
Yes,
situations can be complicated.
complicated.
But people who
But
truly
people who
care
truly care
communicate.
communicate.
They
They
explain.
explain.
They stay.
They stay.
They don't
They
disappear.
don't disappear.
Now here comes
Now
the
here
dangerous
comes
part.
the dangerous part.
After some
After
time,
some time,
they come
they
back.
come back.
Suddenly they
Suddenly
message
they
you.
message you.
Suddenly they act
Suddenly
like
they
nothing
act
happened.
like nothing happened.
Suddenly they want to be part of your life
part
again.
of your life again.
And your heart
And then your
says,
heart says,
maybe this
maybe
time it will
this
be
time
different.
it'll be different.
Maybe they
Maybe
realized my
they
value.
realize my value.
Maybe they
Maybe
truly
they
changed.
truly change.
But
But
stop.
stop.
Think clearly.
Think clearly.
Ask yourself
Ask
one
yourself
question.
one question.
Why are they
Why
back
aren't
now?
they back now?
Is it because
Is
they
it
truly
because
respect
they
you?
truly respect you?
Or is it because they
Or is
need
it because
something?
you need something?
Many people
Many
don't come
people
back
don't
because
come
they
back
love you.
because they love you.
They come back
They
because
come
their
back
options
because
failed.
their option failed.
Their new
Their
life
new
didn't
life
work.
didn't work.
Their new
Their
people
new
didn't
people didn't
stay.
stay.
Their
Their
situation
situation
changed. So they
So
returned to what was
what
once
was
comfortable.
comfortable.
And if you
And if
open the
you
door
open
easily,
the door easily,
you are teaching them
you are
something
teaching them
dangerous,
dangerous.
that they can leave
They can leave
anytime
anytime
and
and
return
return
anytime
anytime
without
without
consequences.
consequences.
This
This
destroys your
destroys
self-respect
self-respect.
because
Because
now your value
your
becomes
value
temporary.
temporary.
You become
You
an
become
option,
an option,
not a
not a
priority.
priority.
And once
And
someone
once
sees you as an
someone sees
option,
you as an
they will
option,
treat you
they will
like one.
treat you like one.
They will leave
They
again.
will leave again.
They will ignore you again.
ignore you again.
They will
They
repeat
will
the same
repeat the
pattern.
same pattern.
Why?
Why?
Because
Because
nothing changed.
changed.
Only time
Only
passed.
time passed.
Real change is not just coming back.
Just coming back.
Real change is
Real
understanding,
change,
responsibility,
understanding,
and consistent
responsibility,
actions.
and consistent
Without
action.
that,
Without that,
it's just a
it's
cycle.
just a cycle.
Leave,
Leave,
come back.
come back.
Hurt,
Oh,
repeat.
repeat.
So what
So
should you do?
what should you do?
First,
First,
don't react
don't react
emotionally.
emotionally.
When they come back,
When they come
your
back,
emotions will
your
rise.
emotion will rise.
Memories will come back.
Memories will come back.
Feelings will
Feelings
return.
will return.
But don't
But
decide with
don't
emotions.
decide with emotion.
Decide with clarity.
Decide with clarity.
Second,
Second,
don't give
don't
instant
give
access.
instant action.
You don't need to block them
You don't
immediately.
need to block
But you
immediately,
also don't
but
need to
you also
welcome
don't
them
need to
immediately.
welcome them immediately.
Let them show
Let them show
consistency.
consistency.
Let them prove
Let them
change.
prove change.
Let time
Let them
test their
test
intentions.
their intention.
Because anyone can
Anyone
say, I've
I will change
changed,
it.
but
But
very few can show it.
it.
Third, set
set
boundaries. This is very important. Boundaries tell people how they can treat you. Without boundaries, people will cross limits again and again. Say clearly, even if only in your mind, my life is not a place where people come and go freely. You deserve stability. You deserve respect. You deserve consistency. And finally, understand this powerful truth. Not everyone who returns deserves a place in your life again. Some people come back just to remind you why you had to let them go. Your growth begins when you stop reopening doors that once hurt you. Your strength shows when you say, you left once, and that was enough. Because your life is moving forward, not backward. And the moment you stop allowing temporary people to have permanent access, your peace becomes stronger. So learn the lesson. Respect your journey. Protect your heart. And never, ever, allow people who left your life by choice to return easily. Mistake 4. Never seek advice from foolish people. The fourth mistake, and one that quietly ruins your future. Never seek advice from foolish people. Now this is very important to understand. Not everyone who speaks confidently is wise. Not everyone who gives advice knows what they are talking about. Some people speak loudly, but think very little. Some people give
Some people
advice
give
quickly,
advice quickly,
but have
but
no
have
real
no real
experience.
experience.
And if you
And
are
if
not
you are
careful,
not careful,
you will
you
start
will
following
start
their
following their
words.
word.
And that is
And that is
dangerous,
dangerous.
because advice
Because
is
advice
powerful.
is powerful.
One wrong
One
advice
wrong advice
can waste
can
your
waste
time,
your time,
your energy,
energy,
even your life direction. Now think
Now
about
think
this.
about this.
If someone has no discipline in their life, can they guide you about success? If someone is always confused, can they guide you about clarity? If someone keeps making poor decisions, can they guide you about the right path? The answer is simple. No.
No.
But still, many people make this mistake. They go to friends who are lost and ask them for direction. They go to people who have achieved nothing and ask them how to succeed. They listen to opinions instead of seeking wisdom. And slowly, without realizing, they start walking on the wrong path. Listen carefully. Not all advice is equal. Some advice lifts you, some advice destroys you. Foolish people give advice based on emotion, not logic. Temporary feelings, not long-term thinking. Fear, not courage. They might say things like, don't try, it's too risky. Stay comfortable. Why struggle? People like us can't do big things. And if you listen to them, you will start limiting yourself. You will start doubting yourself. You will start shrinking your dreams. And one day, you will realize you didn't fail because you were not capable. You failed because you followed the wrong voices. Now understand this powerful truth. Advice should come from experience, not just opinion. Before taking advice from anyone, ask yourself, is this person living the life I want? If they are not, then their advice is not for you, because people can only guide you to the level they have reached. If they have never walked your path, they cannot show you the way. Now this doesn't mean you should disrespect anyone, but it means you must be selective, very selective. Because your future depends on the voices you listen to. So what should you do? First, observe before you listen. Don't get impressed by words. Look at their life. Look at their habits. Look at their results. Because results don't lie. Second, choose mentors, not just advisors. A mentor is someone who has experience, someone who has failed and learned, someone who understands the journey. Even if they speak less, their words will have weight. Third, learn to trust your own thinking. Many times, deep inside, you already know the answer. But you look for outside validation. You ask 10 different people and get 10 different opinions. And then you get confused. Sometimes silence is better than noise. Take time, think clearly, and make your own decision. Because in the end, you are the one who will live with the results. Remember this line for your life. Wrong advice is more dangerous than no advice. If you don't know something, you can learn. But if you follow the wrong direction, you will go far away from where you want to be. So protect your mind, protect your decisions, and protect your future. Because one right piece of advice can change your life. And one foolish piece of advice can destroy years of your effort. So choose wisely. And never, ever seek advice from foolish people. Mistake 5. Never expect time or support from selfish and opportunistic people. The 5th mistake, and one that slowly breaks your heart. Never expect time, care, or support from selfish and opportunistic people. Now understand this clearly. Selfish people don't think like you. They don't feel like you. They don't care like you. Their world is simple. What can I get? Not how can I help? They measure every relationship by benefit. They stay when it is useful. They leave when it is not. And the most painful part is they don't always show this in the beginning. At first, they may act kind. They may talk sweetly. They may behave like they care. But slowly, their true nature appears. You will notice something. They only call you when they need something. They only remember you when they are in trouble. They only give time when it benefits them. But when you need them, they are busy. They disappear. They make excuses. And still, many people keep expecting from them. They wait for their message. They hope for their support. They believe. Maybe this time they will show up for me. But they don't. Because selfish people don't change based on your expectations. They act based on their needs. And this is where the mistake happens. You expect loyalty from someone who only knows opportunity. You expect care from someone who only knows benefit. You expect presence from someone who only shows up when it is convenient. And every time you expect, you get disappointed. Again and again. Listen carefully. Expectation from the wrong person is the root of emotional pain. Not because you are wrong, but because you are expecting from someone who cannot give it. Now think about this. Have they ever been there for you without a reason? Have they ever supported you when it was difficult? Have they ever given their time without benefit? If the answer is no, then why are you expecting anything? Hope is beautiful, but blind hope is dangerous because it keeps you stuck in the same cycle. Waiting, hoping, getting hurt, and repeating. Now understand something powerful. Selfish people don't feel guilty. They don't sit and think, I should have helped them. No, they move on easily. Because for them, you were never a priority. You were just an option. And when you understand this truth, everything becomes clear. So what should you do? First, stop expecting. This is the most important step. The moment you stop expecting, your disappointment ends. You stop waiting. You stop chasing. You stop feeling hurt. Because now, you understand reality. Second, change your energy direction. Instead of giving your time to selfish people, give your time to people who truly value you. People who listen. People who care. People who show up without conditions. Because your energy is precious. Don't waste it where it is not respected. Third, learn to give without expecting return, but with awareness. This is important. You can be kind. You can help others. But don't be blind. Don't give everything to someone who gives you nothing. Balance is power. Fourth, create emotional boundaries. Just because someone is in your life doesn't mean they deserve full access to your time and energy. Limit your availability. Protect your peace. Because your time is your life. And giving your time to the wrong people is giving your life to the wrong place. Remember this powerful truth. Not everyone who is around you is for you. Some people are there only for their benefit. And the moment the benefit ends, they disappear. So don't build expectations with temporary people. Build strength within yourself. Because real peace comes when you depend less on others and trust more in yourself. And the moment you stop expecting from selfish people, you start respecting yourself. So learn this lesson deeply. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your heart. And never, ever expect time or support from selfish and opportunistic people. Mistake 6. Never take knowledge or guidance from immoral individuals. The sixth mistake,
mistake,
and one that
one
silently
that
shapes your
silently
entire
shapes
life.
your entire life.
Never
Never
take knowledge or
knowledge
guidance from immoral individuals.
individuals.
Now, this is
Now,
very
this
deep,
is very deep,
so understand it carefully. A person can be intelligent. A person can be successful. A person can have money, power, and influence. But if that person has no values, they are dangerous. Very dangerous. Because they don't just teach you skills. They teach you their way of thinking. And thinking creates behavior. Behavior creates habits. Habits create your life. So if you learn from someone who is immoral, slowly, without realizing, you start becoming like them. At first it feels normal. You think, they are successful, so I should follow them. But you don't see the full truth. Maybe they cheat. Maybe they lie. Maybe they manipulate people. Maybe they hurt others for their own gain. And if you accept their guidance, you also accept their methods. You start believing. It's okay to lie if it gives results. It's okay to use people if it helps me grow. It's okay to ignore right and wrong if I succeed. And this is where your downfall begins. Because success without values is not real success. It may give you money, but it will take your peace. It may give you power, but it will destroy your character. And one day, you will look at yourself and not recognize who you have become. Now understand this powerful truth. Who you learn from is more important than what you learn. Because knowledge is not just information. Knowledge carries intention. If the source is wrong, the direction will also be wrong. Even if the results look good for a short time, the long-term damage will be heavy. Now think about this. Would you learn honesty from a dishonest person? Would you learn respect from someone who disrespects others? Would you learn discipline from someone who lives in chaos? No, because their life itself shows the truth. But still, many people ignore this. They see money and get impressed. They see fame and get attracted. They see success and stop questioning. They don't ask, how did this person reach here? And that is the mistake. Because the path matters. The process matters, not just the result. Now listen carefully. You don't just learn skills from people. You absorb their mindset. If your mentor is greedy, you become greedy. If your mentor is dishonest, you become dishonest. If your mentor lacks values, you lose your values. And once your values are gone, everything else slowly falls apart. So what should you do? First, look beyond success. Don't just look at what they have. Look at how they live. Do they respect others? Do they speak truth? Do they act with integrity? Because real success is not just outside, it is inside. Second, choose role models with strong character. Find people who are not only successful, but also honest, disciplined, and respectful. Even if their success is slow, it is real, and it will guide you in the right direction. Third, build your own moral foundation. Don't blindly follow anyone. Think, question, understand right and wrong. Because in the end, you are responsible for your actions, not your mentor. Fourth, be patient. Sometimes the wrong path gives fast results, but the right path gives lasting results. Choose long-term peace over short-term gain. Always. Remember this line for your life. It is better to grow slowly with values than to rise quickly without them. Because a life built without values will collapse one day. But a life built with integrity will stand strong forever. So protect your character. Protect your thinking. Choose your teachers wisely. Because the person you follow today will shape the person you become tomorrow. And never, ever take knowledge or guidance from immoral individuals. Mistake 7. Never expect respect from rude or ill-mannered people. The seventh mistake, and one that slowly damages your self-worth. Never expect respect from rude or ill-mannered people. Now understand this deeply. Respect is not something everyone knows how to give. Some people were never taught it. Some people never learned it. And some people simply don't care. Rude people speak without thinking. They act without understanding. They behave without empathy. They interrupt you. They ignore your feelings. They talk in a harsh and disrespectful way. And no matter how kind you are, no matter how polite you behave, they will still treat you badly. This is where the mistake happens. You try to earn their respect. You become extra nice. You stay quiet when they insult you. You tolerate their behavior again and again. You think, maybe if I am more patient, maybe if I explain calmly, maybe if I adjust, then they will change. But they don't. Because the truth is, respect is not created by your effort. It comes from their character. If a person has no respect inside them, they cannot give it to you, no matter how good you are. Now listen carefully. Rude people don't behave badly because of you. They behave badly because of who they are. It is their habit. It is their mindset. It is their personality. So stop taking it personally. Their behavior is a reflection of them, not your worth. This is very important. Because when you keep expecting respect from rude people, you start doubting yourself. You start thinking, am I not good enough? Did I do something wrong? Why don't they respect me? And slowly, your confidence goes down. Your self-respect becomes weak. And you start accepting behavior that you should never accept. Now understand this powerful truth. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. If you stay silent when someone disrespects you, they will continue. If you tolerate rude behavior again and again, they will think it is normal. And if you keep giving them access to your life, they will never change. So what should you do? First, stop expecting respect from them. The moment you stop expecting, you stop feeling hurt because now you understand reality. Second, set clear boundaries. You don't have to shout, you don't have to fight, but you must be firm. If someone crosses the line, limit your interaction. If someone disrespects you, distance yourself, because boundaries protect your peace. Third, don't try to prove your worth. This is a big mistake. You don't need to prove anything to rude people. They are not your judge. They are not your standard. Your value does not depend on their behavior. Know your worth and stand by it. Fourth, choose your environment wisely. Surround yourself with people who respect you, who listen to you, who treat you with kindness. Because the right environment builds you. The wrong environment breaks you. Remember this powerful line. If respect is not given, distance should be taken. You deserve to be treated with dignity. You deserve to be spoken to with care. And if someone cannot give you basic respect, they don't deserve your presence. So stop chasing respect from the wrong people. Start protecting your self-respect. Because the moment you respect yourself, you will stop accepting less from others. And that is where your real power begins. So learn this lesson deeply. Stand strong, set boundaries, choose peace, and never, ever expect respect from rude or ill-mannered people. Mistake 8. Stay away from those who never accept their mistakes. the final mistake, and one of the most exhausting experiences in life. Stay away from people who never accept their mistakes. Now understand this very deeply. Everyone makes mistakes. Every human being is imperfect. Every person fails at some point. But strong people do one thing differently. They accept their mistakes. They say, yes, I was wrong. I need to improve. I will do better. And because of this, they grow. But there is another type of person, a very difficult type. People who never accept their mistakes, no matter what happens. They are always right in their own eyes. If something goes wrong, they blame you. If they hurt you, they justify it. If you try to explain, they twist the situation. And slowly, you start feeling confused. You start thinking, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I am the problem. But the truth is, you are not the problem. You are just dealing with someone who refuses to take responsibility. And this is dangerous, because without responsibility, there is no change. And without change, the same behavior repeats again and again. Now think about this. If someone never accepts their mistakes, will they ever improve? No. If someone never says sorry, will they ever understand your pain? No. If someone always blames others, will they ever fix themselves? No. So what happens? You get stuck in a cycle. They hurt you. You explain. They deny. You feel bad. They repeat. Again. And again. And again. And this cycle slowly destroys your peace. Because you are trying to fix something that the other person doesn't even see as wrong. Listen carefully. You cannot grow with someone who refuses to grow. You cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who avoids responsibility. You cannot find peace with someone who creates confusion. And the worst part is, these people often act very confident. They speak strongly. They defend themselves aggressively. They never show weakness. And because of this, you start doubting yourself even more. But don't get fooled. Confidence without accountability is not strength. It is ego. Now understand this powerful truth. Growth begins where ego ends. But these people live in ego. They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to feel guilty. They don't want to change. So they protect their ego, even if it hurts you. Now the question is, what should you do? First, stop trying to prove them wrong. This is a trap. You will explain again and again, but they will not accept it, because they are not listening to understand. They are listening to defend. So stop wasting your energy. Second, stop expecting an apology. This is important. If someone never accepts their mistakes, they will never truly say sorry. And even if they say it, it will not be real. So stop waiting for closure from them. Give closure to yourself. Third, create distance. This is not about anger. This is about protection. Distance protects your mental peace. Distance protects your emotional health. Because staying close to such people will slowly drain you. Fourth, trust your reality. Don't let them confuse you. If something felt wrong, it was wrong. If something hurt you, it mattered. Don't ignore your own feelings just because they deny everything. Your experience is valid. Always. Remember this powerful line. You cannot change someone who doesn't see a problem in their actions. So stop trying. Instead, focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Focus on your peace. Focus on people who are willing to learn and improve. Because life becomes lighter when you stop carrying people who refuse to carry their own responsibility. So learn this lesson deeply. Choose peace over arguments. Choose clarity over confusion. Choose
Choose
growth over ego-driven people.
people.
And most
And most
importantly,
importantly,
stay away from those who
from
never
those who
accept their
never
mistakes,
accept their mistake.
because protecting your peace
Protecting your peace
is
is
your
your
responsibility.
responsibility.
So remember
remember
this.
this.
Life will always give you lessons. People will come. People will go. Some will stay. And some will break you. But your real power is this: to learn and never repeat the same mistake again. Because the moment you stop repeating your mistakes, your life starts changing. Your peace becomes stronger. Your decisions become wiser. And your self-respect becomes unbreakable. Don't go back to what hurt you. Don't trust what already broke you. And don't ignore the lessons life is trying to teach you. Choose better. Think better. Become stronger. Day by day. And if this video helped you even a little, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because one right message at the right time can truly change a life. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.
네, 이렇게 해서 41분 정도의 셋도잉 Never repeat these mistakes 였습니다. 4월 15일 셋도잉 이번에 할 것은 Becoming a real man. Becoming a real man.
There will come a moment in your life when you look in the mirror and you realize something feels off. You're not weak, but you're not strong enough. You're not lost, but you're not in control either. You're living, but not leading. And in that silent moment, a question will rise inside you. Am I really becoming the man I'm meant to be? This is where your transformation begins. Being a man is not about age. It's not about money, muscles, or showing power to others. It is about control, responsibility, discipline, direction. Today, you will learn 17 powerful lessons. Not easy lessons, but real ones. If you understand them and live them, you will not just grow, you will become unstoppable. Lesson 1. Take full responsibility for your life. A boy blames others, but a man takes full responsibility for his life, no matter how difficult things become. This is one of the most powerful shifts you will ever make. When you are young or mentally weak, it feels easy to point fingers at your past, your family, your environment, your failures, or even bad luck. You may say, this happened because of them, or I can't succeed because my situation is not good. But the truth is simple and hard at the same time. As long as you keep blaming, you give away your power. You become a victim of your circumstances instead of the creator of your future. A real man understands that life is not always fair. People will disappoint you. Opportunities may not come easily. You might face rejection, failure, and pain. But instead of sitting down and complaining, he stands up with evidence. This is my life. No matter what happened before, I will take control now. He does not wait for someone to save him. He does not expect the world to be kind. He focuses on what he can do, not what he cannot change. Taking responsibility does not mean everything is your fault. It means everything is now your duty to improve. It means you stop wasting time on excuses and start building solutions. When you own your life completely, something powerful happens inside you. Your mindset changes. Your confidence grows. You begin to act differently because you know that your future depends on your action, not your excuses. The moment you stop blaming others and start owning every part of your life, you take back control. And once you have control, you have the power to change everything. Lesson 2. Control your emotions before they control you. Emotions are a natural part of being human. You will feel anger, fear, jealousy, frustration, and even doubt at different moments in your life. These feelings are not the problem. The real danger begins when you lose control over them.
when you lose control over
Uncontrolled
them.
emotions can push you to make decisions that you later regret. A moment of anger can destroy a relationship. A moment of fear can stop you from taking a life-changing opportunity. A moment of jealousy can poison your mindset and steal your peace. This is why emotional control is not a weakness. It is one of the greatest strengths a man can build. A weak man reacts without thinking. He lets his emotions take control of his actions. When something goes wrong, he explodes, shouts, argues, or makes impulsive decisions. Later, when the moment passes, he realizes the damage he has done. But by then, it is often too late. On the other hand, a strong man understands the power of pause. He feels the same emotions, but he does not let them control him. Instead of reacting, he responds. He takes a deep breath, steps back, and gives himself time to think clearly before he speaks or acts. When life hits you hard, and it will, you must learn to stay calm. Not because you don't feel anything, but because you choose not to be controlled by what you feel. Speak less when emotions are high, because words said in anger are often words you cannot take back. Think carefully, because your decisions shape your future. Act wisely, because every action has consequences. Real strength is not about being loud, aggressive, or dominant. It is not about proving yourself in every situation. True strength is quiet. It is the ability to remain steady when everything around you is chaotic. It is the power to control your inner world, even when the outer world is out of control. When you master your emotions, you don't just become stronger, you become unstoppable. Lesson 3. Build discipline, not motivation. Motivation feels powerful, but it is not reliable. Some days you wake up feeling energized, ready to conquer your goals, ready to work hard and stay focused. On those days, everything feels easy. But then there are other days when you feel tired, distracted, or completely unmotivated. Days when you don't feel like doing anything at all. This is where most people fail. They depend on motivation. And when it disappears, their progress stops. But a real man understands a deeper truth. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is waking up early when your body tells you to sleep more. It is working hard when your mind looks for excuses. It is staying focused when distractions are everywhere. Discipline does not depend on your mood. It depends on your commitment. When you build discipline, you remove the need to feel motivated all the time. You create a system where action becomes automatic. A disciplined man does not ask himself, do I feel like doing this today? He asks, is this what I need to do? And if the answer is yes, he does it, no matter how he feels. This is what separates successful people from average ones. They don't rely on feelings. They rely on habits. At first, discipline feels hard. It feels uncomfortable. You will want to quit. You will want to go back to easy choices. But if you stay consistent, something powerful happens. Discipline becomes part of who you are. It becomes your identity. And once that happens, success is no longer a question. It becomes a result. Your future is not built on the days you feel motivated. It is built on the days you don't feel like doing anything, but you still do the work. That is the power of discipline. That is the path of a real man. Lesson 4. Respect yourself first. Respect does not start with others. It starts with you. If you do not respect yourself, the world will not respect you either. Many people make the mistake of seeking approval from others while ignoring their own value. They accept disrespect, tolerate bad behavior, and lower their standards just to be liked or accepted. But a man who truly understands his worth never does this. He knows that self-respect is the foundation of a strong life. Respecting yourself means setting clear boundaries. It means knowing what you will accept and what you will not. It
It means
means
walking
away
away
from
from
situations,
people,
and
and
environments
environment
that do
that
not
do
honor
not
your
honor
value.
your value.
This is not arrogance.
Not
It is
arrogance.
self-awareness.
It is self-awareness.
When you
When
respect
you
yourself,
respect
you
yourself,
no longer
you no
beg for
longer
attention,
beg for attention,
approval, or
approval, or
validation.
validation.
You stand
You
firm in
stand
who you
upon
are.
in who you are.
It also means
It also
taking care
means
of
taking
yourself,
care of
your
yourself,
time,
your time,
your energy,
your energy,
your
your
mindset.
mindset.
Stop wasting
Stop
your time
wasting
on
your
things
time
that
on
don't matter.
things that don't
Stop
matter.
giving your
Stop
energy
giving
to
your
people
energy
who
to
drain
people
you.
who drain you.
A man
A
protects
man
his focus
protects
because he knows that
you
his
know
time
that
is
his
limited
time
and
is limited
valuable.
and valuable.
Every
Every
minute you
minute
waste
you
is
waste
something you
is
can never
something
get
you
back.
can never get back.
When you
When
truly
you
respect
truly respect
yourself,
yourself,
your
your
behavior
behavior
changes.
changes.
You speak
You speak
differently.
differently.
You
You
act
act
differently.
differently.
You carry
You
yourself
carry
with
yourself with
confidence.
confidence.
And people
And the
notice
people
that.
notice that.
You don't have to
You don't
demand
have to
respect.
demand
It comes
this.
naturally.
It comes naturally.
Why?
Why?
Because you have
Because
already
you
set
have
the
already
standard
set
through
the
your own
standard
actions.
through your action.
Remember this.
Remember this.
The way you
The
treat
way you
yourself teaches others
teaches
how to
others
treat
how
you.
to treat you.
If you
If
allow
allow
disrespect, you will
you will
receive
receive
more
more
of it.
of it.
But if you
But
stand
if you stand strong,
set
set
boundaries, and
boundaries,
honor your value,
honor
the
your
world
value,
will
the
respond
world will
accordingly.
respond accordingly.
A man
A
who
man
respects
who
himself never
respects
needs to
himself
chase
never
respect.
needs to chase
It
respect.
follows
It
him
follows
wherever he
him wherever
goes.
he goes.
Lesson 5.
Lesson 5.
Stay silent
Stay
about your
silent about
plans.
your plan.
Not
Not
everyone
everyone
needs
needs
to know what you're doing,
what you are
and
doing,
not everyone
and not
deserves
everyone
access to
deserves
your vision.
access to your vision.
One of the biggest
One of the
mistakes
biggest
many people make is
many
talking
people
too
make
much about their
talking
goals before they have done any
before
real
they
work.
have done any
A
real
boy
work.
feels excited
boy
about his dreams and wants to tell everyone.
Want to tell
He shares his
he
plans,
sells it,
seeks attention, and looks for validation. But a man understands something deeper. Talking too much can weaken your focus and expose your path to unnecessary opinions, doubts, and negativity. When you speak about your goals too early, you create a false sense of progress. It feels like you are moving forward, but in reality, you are only talking, not doing. You also invite others to judge, question, or even discourage you. Not everyone will support you. Some people will laugh. Some will doubt you. Some will try to pull you down, even if they don't realize it. That is why silence becomes your strength. A man works quietly. He does not need to announce his every move. He does not seek attention for what he plans to do. Instead, he focuses on what he is actually doing. He puts in the effort behind the scenes, day after day, without needing applause. This silence protects his energy. It keeps his mind clear and his direction strong. When you talk less, you think more. You act more. You become more focused. Silence removes distractions and keeps you connected to your purpose. It allows you to move with intention instead of noise. And then, one day, your results speak loudly, clearly, powerfully. People who once ignored you will notice. People who doubted you will be surprised. But by then, you won't need their approval. Because you didn't do it for them, you did it for yourself. Move quietly. Stay focused. Build in silence. And when the time comes, let your success make all the noise. Lesson 6. Learn to be alone. Many people are afraid to be alone. They constantly seek attention, noise, and distraction because silence makes them uncomfortable. They fill their time with social media conversations, or meaningless activities just to avoid facing themselves. But a man understands that being alone is not something to fear. It is something to master. When you are always surrounded by noise, you lose connection with yourself. You stop thinking deeply. You stop understanding your own thoughts, your own emotions, and your true direction. But when you learn to sit in silence, something powerful begins to happen. You start to hear your own voice. You begin to understand who you really are, what you truly want, and what needs to change in your life. Solitude is where growth happens. It is where you reflect, where you learn, and where you rebuild yourself. In those quiet moments, you face your fears, your weaknesses, and your doubts. But you also discover your strength. You realize that you don't need constant validation or approval from others to be confident. A man who is comfortable being alone is strong because he is not dependent. He does not chase people just to avoid loneliness. He does not stay in unhealthy relations just to feel connected. Instead, he chooses quality over quantity. He values peace over
Peace over
noise.
noise.
Learning to
Learning to
be
be
alone does not mean isolating yourself
from the world.
It means
It
becoming
means becoming
self-sufficient
self-sufficient
emotionally and
and
mentally.
mentally.
It means
It means enjoying
company
your own
without
company
feeling
without
empty.
feeling empty.
Because when you
Because
are strong
when you are
alone,
strong alone,
you enter relationships by choice, not by need.
not by need.
If you
If
cannot
you
be
cannot be
alone, you will
alone,
always
you will
depend on
always
others
depend
for
on
your
others
happiness.
for your help.
But if you
But
master
if you master
solitude,
solitude,
you gain freedom,
freedom,
you gain
you gain
clarity,
clarity,
and most
and most
importantly,
importantly,
you gain control over your own life.
life.
Lesson 7.
Lesson 7.
Control your desires.
Desire is endless.
It never
It never
stops,
stops,
never rests,
never lasts,
and it is
and
always
it
there,
is always there,
whispering
in your mind,
pushing you to want
pushing you
more.
to
More money,
more money,
more attention,
more attention,
more pleasure,
more pleasure.
more recognition. Desire
Desire is nature,
but if you let it
but if
control
you
you,
let it control
it will
you,
consume
it will
your
consume
life.
your life.
Many
Many
spend
people
their
spend their
lives
entire
chasing
life
things they
chasing
don't
things
truly
they
need.
don't really need.
Thinking
Thinking
happiness will come
happiness
once they
will
get
come
there.
once they.
But the truth
is, chasing every desire without control
only leads to
only
emptiness.
leads to emptiness.
The moment
The
you get
moment
one
you
thing,
get one
another
thing,
desire
another
appears,
desire appears,
pulling you in a
pulling
new
you
direction,
in a new
leaving
direction,
you restless
leaving
and
you restless,
dissatisfied.
dissatisfied.
A man
A man
understands this
understands this truth
He does
deeply.
not chase
He
every
does not
desire
chase
that
every
comes to him.
desire that comes to
He
him.
recognizes
He
that some
recognizes
wants
that
are
some
fleeting,
want
driven by ego or
driven by
temporary
a
excitement,
temporary
and he
excitement,
chooses
and he
wisely.
chooses wisely.
He asks
He asks himself,
does this
does
truly
this
matter?
truly matter?
Will this help me
Will
grow?
this help me
Will
grow?
this bring
Will
me
this
closer to
bring
my
me closer
purpose?
to my purpose?
By doing
By
so,
doing
he
so, he
prioritizes
prioritizes what is
and ignores
important
what is
and ignores
unnecessary.
what is
This
unnecessary.
is not about denying
This is
yourself
not
completely.
about
It is about
It is
discipline,
about
clarity,
discipline,
and knowing
clarity,
the
and
difference
knowing the
between
difference
needs and
between
fleeting
need and the
wants.
fleeting wants.
Controlling your
Controlling your
desires
desire
requires
requires
self-awareness.
self-awareness.
You must
You must
observe your
observe
impulses
your
and question
impulses
them
and
before acting.
before acting.
If you crave
If you
something,
crave
pause
something,
and
pause
reflect.
and reflect.
Is this
Is
desire
this
aligned
desire
with your
aligned with
long-term
your
growth,
long-term growth,
or is it simply a
or is it
distraction?
simply a distraction?
A man
A
builds
man
self-control
builds
because he
self-control
knows that
because
it is
he
more
knows that
valuable
it
than
is more
instant
valuable
pleasure.
than instant
Every
pleasure.
choice
Every
made with
choice
discipline
made with
strengthens his character and brings him closer to
bring him close
mastery
to
over his
mastery
life.
over his
Self-control is not just about resisting temptation. It is about
it
creating
is about
power.
creating power.
When you control
When
your
you control
desires,
your
you are no
desire, you
longer
are
a
no
slave
longer a
to them.
slave to them.
You become the
You
master
become
of
the
your
master
mind,
of your
your
mind,
actions,
your action,
and ultimately,
and
your
your
destiny.
destiny.
Desire is a
Desire
tool,
a tool,
not a
not a
master,
master,
and a
and
man
a
wields
man
it wisely.
wields it wisely.
Lesson 8.
Lesson 8.
Focus on your
Focus on your
purpose.
purpose.
Without purpose,
Without
life is
purpose, life is
directionless. You may be
directionless.
moving, but you are not progressing. You may be busy,
You may be
but your
busy,
efforts
but
will
your
not
effort
create
will not
lasting
create a
impact.
lasting impact.
Many people
Many
drift
people
through
drift
life,
through
reacting
life,
to
reacting to
circumstances,
circumstances,
following trends, or trying to please
trying
others,
to please others,
without ever knowing
without
why
ever
they are
knowing
doing
why
what
they
they
are
do.
doing what they do.
But a man
But a man
understands that
understands that
purpose is
purpose
the
is the foundation of
everything.
everything.
Purpose gives
Gives
meaning
meaning
to your actions, clarity to your choices, and
and the
strength to
strength
overcome
to
obstacles.
overcome obstacles.
A man with
A
purpose
man with a
knows what he
purpose knows
wants.
what
He
he
sets
wants.
clear
He
goals
sets
and works toward them
works
consistently,
toward
day after
day
day.
after day.
Even when the
Even
path is
when the
difficult,
path is
even
difficult,
when
even
progress
when
feels
progress
slow,
feels
and
slow,
even when no one
even
supports
when no
him,
one
he
supports
continues.
him, he continues.
Purpose gives him
Purpose gives
resilience
him
because it becomes
resilience
bigger
because
than
it
temporary
becomes bigger
setbacks,
than
criticism, or
temporary
doubt.
setback, criticism.
It is not
It
dependent on
is not
motivation,
dependent
luck, or
on
recognition.
luck or
It is an
recognition.
internal
It is
compass
internal
guiding
compass
every decision.
guiding every decision.
Purpose also
Purpose
helps you
also
filter
helps you filter
distractions.
distraction.
When you know your
When you know
direction,
your
you
direction,
no longer
you no
waste time
longer
on
waste
things that do
time on
not matter.
things that do not
You say
matter.
no to
You say no to
unnecessary
unnecessary activities, people, or habits,
because they do
because
not
they do
align
not
with your goals.
align with
Your
your
energy
goal.
becomes
Your energy
focused,
becomes
your
focused,
mind
your
sharp,
mind is sharp,
and your
and
actions
your action
intentional.
intentional.
Focusing on
Focusing on
purpose
purpose
transforms your life.
transforms your life.
It turns
It
ordinary
turns
effort into
ordinary
meaningful
effort
progress.
into meaningful
It turns
progress. It
small,
turns
consistent
small,
actions
consistent
into a
action
journey
into
toward
journey
mastery.
toward mastery.
And it creates a
And it
life where
creates a
every
life
challenge is an
where
opportunity. Every struggle is a lesson.
struggle is a
And
lesson.
every day is
Every
a step
day is a
closer to the
step
man you
closer
are meant
to
to
a man
become.
you are meant to
Purpose is
become.
not found in comfort or
Comfort
passivity.
or passivity.
It is discovered
It is
through reflection,
discovered through
courage,
reflection,
and
courage, and
consistent effort.
consistent effort.
Once you find
Once
it,
you
you will no
find it,
longer
you no
drift.
longer drift.
You will move
You will
forward
move
with power,
forward with the power,
clarity,
clarity,
and
and
unstoppable
unstoppable
focus.
focus.
Lesson
Lesson
9. Stop
Stop seeking validation.
One of the
One of
most
the most
powerful
powerful
shifts
shifts
you
you
can
can
make
make
is
in
to stop
your life
seeking
is to
validation
stop
from
seeking
others.
validation from
Many people
others.
live
Many
their lives
people live
looking
their
for
lives
approval.
looking for
Approval
approval.
from friends, family,
family,
colleagues, or society.
or
They
society.
base their decisions on what others might think,
Others might
speak according to what others want to hear, and
and
even hide their true
their true
selves just to fit
selves
in.
just to fit in.
This constant need for
Constant
external
need for
approval weakens your
external
mind,
weaken your
clouds
mind,
your
clouds
judgment,
your
and
judgment,
steals your
and
power.
steals your power.
A
A
weak
weak
man
man
depends on validation to feel worthy. Every
Every
compliment makes him feel
compliment to
good,
make him feel
and every
good. Every
criticism makes him doubt
criticism make him
himself.
doubt himself.
His
His
self-worth is
self-worth
fragile
is fragile
because it exists
because
outside of him.
outside of him.
A
A strong man,
on
on the other hand,
validates
validates himself.
He doesn't
He
need
doesn't
others to
need others
confirm
to
his value
confirm
or
his
tell him
value,
he is
tell
doing
him
well.
his worth.
His
His
confidence comes
confidence
from
comes
within,
from within,
built through
built
effort,
through effort,
discipline, and
discipline, and
self-respect.
self-respect.
He makes
He
decisions
makes
based on what is
based
right,
on what is right,
not on what will
not
earn
on what
applause.
will earn
He does
applause.
not
He
shout to
does
be
not
seen or
shout
to be
to be seen
recognized.
or to be recognized.
Instead, he works
Instead,
in
he
alignment
works
with his
in alignment
principles and
with his
values,
principle and values,
trusting that his
trusting
actions
that
will
his
ultimately
will
speak
ultimately
louder
speak
than anyone's
louder than
opinion.
anyone's opinion.
Doing what
Doing
is
what
right
is
without
right
seeking
without
approval
seeking
is not
approval is
easy.
not easy.
You will face
You will face
criticism.
criticism.
People may
People may
misunderstand you,
misunderstand you, judge you,
or even try to bring you
try to
down.
bring you down.
But a man does
But a
not
man
bend to
does
this
not bend
pressure.
to his pressure.
He stays
He
firm,
stays firm,
knowing that his
knowing that
self-worth
his
is
self-worth
internal,
is
not
internal,
external.
not external.
Confidence
Confidence is not built in the applause of others.
It is
It
built in
is built
quiet
in
moments
quiet
of
moments of
persistence,
persistence,
integrity,
and
and self-discipline.
self-discipline.
The
The
more
more
you
you
act
act without
seeking
seeking
validation,
validation,
the
the
stronger you
stronger
become.
you will become.
The more you
The more
trust
you
yourself,
trust
the
yourself,
freer
the
you feel.
free you feel.
When you
When
stop
you
seeking
stop seeking
validation,
validation,
you gain
you gain clarity,
focus, and inner
inner
peace.
peace.
You are no
You
longer
are no longer
distracted by the
distracted
opinions
by
of others.
opinions of
You
others.
become
You become
unstoppable because your
unstoppable
energy is
because your
spent on
energy is
growth and
spent on
action,
growth and action,
not on worrying
not on
about
worrying
perception.
about perception.
And
And
eventually, people will notice.
notice.
Not because
Not
you
because
sought their
you
approval,
sought the
but
approval,
because your
but
results,
your
your
result, your
presence, and your
presence, and your
confidence demand
confidence demand
respect.
respect.
Lesson 10.
Lesson 10.
Face your
Face
fears.
your peers.
Fear is
Fear is
inevitable.
inevitable.
Every
Every
man,
man,
at some
at
point
some
in his
point
life,
in
will
his
feel
life,
it.
will feel it.
Fear of
Fear of
failure,
failure,
fear of
fear of
rejection,
rejection,
fear of
fear of
embarrassment,
embarrassment,
fear of the
fear of the
unknown.
unknown.
It is a
It is
natural
natural human
response.
response.
But fear
But fear
itself is
itself
not
is
what
not
defines you.
what defines you.
What defines
What
you is what
defines
you
you is
do when
what you
fear
do when
appears.
fear appears.
A boy
A boy
runs from
runs
fear.
from fears.
He avoids
He
challenges,
avoids
hides from
hide
discomfort,
from
and waits
discomfort
for
and wait
circumstances
for
to feel safe.
to feel safe.
A man,
A man,
however,
however,
walks
walks
through
through
fear. He
He
acknowledges
acknowledges
it,
it,
feels
feels
it,
it,
and
and
chooses to
chooses
act
to act
anyway.
anyway.
Courage is not
Courage
the
is
absence
not
of
the
fear.
absence of
It is the
fear. It
willingness
is
to move
willingness
forward
to move
despite it.
forward despite
When
it.
you are afraid
When
of
you are afraid
failure,
of failure,
don't let that
don't
fear
let that
stop you.
fear stop you.
Try
Try
anyway.
anyway.
Fail,
Fail,
learn,
learn,
and
and
grow.
grow.
When you are
When you are
afraid to
afraid
speak
to
up,
speak
speak anyway.
anyway.
Express
Express
yourself,
yourself,
share your
sell
thoughts,
yourself,
and take
and
your
take
place,
your place.
even if your
Even
voice
if your
shakes.
voice shakes.
Each time
Each
you face
time you
fear,
face fear,
you grow
you grow
stronger, more
stronger, more
resilient, and
resilient,
more
and more
confident.
confident.
Fear
Fear
loses its
loses
power
its
the more
power
you
the more
confront
you
it.
confront it.
Facing fear
Facing fear
requires
requires
preparation, yes, but it requires
but it
action
requires
even more.
action even more.
Courage is
Courage is
not waiting for the
not
perfect
waiting
moment.
for
It
perfect
is
moment.
creating
It
the
is
moment by
creating the
stepping
moment by
forward.
stepping forward.
Every great
Every great
achievement begins with a step
begins
into
with a
fear,
step in fear,
because
because
progress and
progress
growth never happen in
never
comfort
happen in
zones.
comfort zone.
A man
A
knows
man
that
knows
fear
that
is
fear is
temporary,
temporary,
but
but
regret can
regret
last a
can
lifetime.
last a
By
lifetime.
confronting your fears, you
Your fear,
expand your
you expand
limits,
your limit,
unlock hidden
unlock hidden
potential,
potential,
and gain
and gain
experiences that
experience
others
that
shy away
others
from.
shy away from.
Life rewards those who dare to act despite fear,
Despite
and the
fear.
more you
And
walk
the more
through
you
fear,
walk through
the
fear,
more
the more
fearless you
fearless
become.
you become.
Not because
Not
fear
because fear
disappears,
disappears,
but
but
because your
because your
determination becomes stronger than the fear
than the
itself.
fear itself.
The choice
The
is
choice
simple.
is simple.
Run from fear and remain small, or face it and grow into the man you were meant to be.
you were meant to be.
Courage is
Courage
available
is
to everyone,
available to everyone,
but
but
only those
only
willing
those
to act
willing
will
to
claim
act
it.
will claim it.
Lesson 11.
Lesson 11.
Build
Build
physical and
physical
mental
and mental
strength.
strength.
Your
Your
body and
body and
mind are your most
are your
powerful
most
weapons.
powerful weapon.
Yet many men fail to realize their true potential
their true
because they
potential because
neglect
they
them.
neglect
A
them.
weak
A
body
weak
limits
body
what you can
limits what
achieve,
you can
but a
achieve.
weak
A
mind
weak
limits
mind
everything.
limits everything.
Strength is
Strength
not just
is
about
not
how
just
much you can
about how
lift or
much
how
you
fast
can
you can
lift or
run.
fast.
It is about
It is
endurance,
about
resilience, and control.
control.
Every choice
Every
you
choice you
make, every
make,
habit
every
you develop,
habit you
and every
develop, every
challenge you
challenge
face
you
depends on
face
the health
depends on
and power
health
of your
and power
body
of
and
your
mind.
body and mind.
A man who ignores this is giving away his power before he even begins. Building physical strength starts with simple, consistent habits. Exercise regularly. Push your limit. Move your body in ways that strengthen it and challenge it. Strength is not built overnight. It is built every day through sweat, effort, and persistence. But physical strength is not enough. A strong body without a strong mind is like a weapon without control. It may look impressive, but it will not take you far. Mental strength comes from training your mind as intentionally as you train your body. Read books that expand your thinking. Learn new skills. Challenge yourself with difficult tasks. Surround yourself with knowledge that stretches your understanding and forces you to grow. Mental strength is built through reflection and the willingness to face challenges instead of avoiding them. The connection between body and mind is undeniable. A strong body supports a strong mind, giving you the energy, confidence, and endurance to pursue your goals relentlessly. And a strong mind builds a strong life. It allows you to make decisions under pressure, control your emotions, resist distraction, and persist when others quit. Together, your physical and mental strength create a foundation that cannot easily be shaken by failure, criticism, or adversity. A man who trains both his body and mind becomes unstoppable. He does not fear challenges because he knows he is prepared. He does not rely on luck or circumstance because he relies on his own ability. Every effort he puts into strengthening himself compounds over time, creating a life of discipline, resilience, and success. Strength is not just for survival. It is for mastery. And mastery over your body and mind is mastery over your mind. Lesson 12. Be honest, even when it is hard. Truth is not always easy. Honesty is one of the most difficult qualities to maintain. It often challenges comfort, convenience, and relationships. A lie may seem harmless at first, a small shortcut, conflict, or embarrassment. But even small compromises with the truth chip away at your integrity and your strength. A man who is serious about becoming his best self knows that honesty is not negotiable. He chooses truth over comfort even when it is difficult or unpopular. Being honest often comes at a cost. It may strain relationships or make others upset. It may expose your vulnerabilities, mistakes. It may even make you feel isolated at times. But these are temporary discomforts compared to the long-term benefit of integrity. A man who consistently tells the truth earns respect. Not because he is perfect, but because he is reliable, trustworthy, and principled. Integrity builds respect. Respect builds influence. Influence builds legacy. Each choice to be honest, even when it is strengthens your character and trust people have in you. People may not always like the truth, but they will respect it. And respect is far more valuable than approval. Honesty also strengthens your inner world. When you live truthfully, you free yourself from burden of lies, secret, and deception. You live with clarity and peace, knowing that your actions align with your words. Your confidence grows because you are not hiding behind a mask. A man who is honest in all circumstances, in relationships and with himself, builds a life of authenticity and power. He may face challenges, criticism, or rejection, but he knows that short-term discomfort brings long-term respect and freedom. In the end, integrity is not just a moral choice. It is a strategy for strength, influence, and a life that commands respect. Lesson 13. Choose your circle wisely. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is not just a saying. It is a truth that shapes your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. If you surround yourself with those who complain, criticize, or doubt everything, you begin to absorb their negativity. You start to see the world through their limited lens. If you stay close to weak people, those who give up easily, avoid challenges, or lack discipline, you unconsciously adopt same habits. Your potential is stifled because the energy around you does not support growth.
A man understands that his circle matters more than almost anything else in his life.
He chooses
He chooses
carefully whom he
carefully
allows into his space, whose opinions he values, and whose
whose
energy
energy
influences him. He seeks out people who are ambitious, disciplined, and committed to
committed to
improvement.
improvement.
People who
People who
challenge him
challenge
to be
him
better
to
every
be
day.
better every day.
Surrounding yourself with the right circle pushes you to reach higher. Work
Work
harder,
harder,
and
and
think
think
bigger.
bigger.
Positive
Positive
influence is contagious,
and
and the right people can inspire growth in ways nothing else can.
That
Choosing your circle also means learning to walk away from people who hold you back. This is not about being arrogant or dismissive. It is about protecting your energy, your time, and your focus. Some relationships will be toxic or draining. Some friendships will keep you comfortable but never allow you to grow. A man recognizes that it is better to be alone than to be surrounded by people who limit his potential. Solitude becomes a tool for self-improvement, and selective connections become a catalyst for success. The people you choose to spend your time with directly affect your mindset, habits, and results. They influence the way you think, the risks you take, and the opportunities you pursue. By choosing your circle wisely, you create an environment that nurtures growth, resilience, and ambition. A strong man surrounds himself with other strong men and women, not to compete, but to grow, learn, and thrive together. Your life will mirror the energy of those around you. Choose wisely. Protect your space. Elevate yourself by elevating your circle. Lesson 14. Work hard in silence. Success is rarely instant. It is not a moment. It is a process. It requires time, effort, and unwavering consistency. Many people expect results quickly, and when they do not see immediate progress, they give up. But a man knows that real success is built quietly, away from attention and applause. He understands that the hard work behind the scenes, the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices, are invisible to most people, but they create results that are impossible to ignore. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or ready to quit. The path of effort is not smooth. Challenges, failures, and setbacks are inevitable. But a man keeps going, even when no one is watching. He does not seek recognition for every action, because he knows that consistency, not applause, builds results. He does not take shortcuts, because shortcuts lead to weak foundations and temporary gains. True success comes from relentless, focused effort over time. Working hard in silence also protects your energy. When you stop broadcasting your efforts and start focusing on action, you remove unnecessary distractions, criticism, and external pressure. You channel your energy into productivity instead of validation. Each day of quiet work compounds into strength, skill, and progress. A man who works in silence learns patience, resilience, and self-discipline. He understands that small, consistent steps are more powerful than occasional bursts of energy. Success becomes inevitable because it is not dependent on luck or approval. It is dependent on effort. Your results, when they come, will speak for themselves, louder and more powerfully than words ever could. Consistency, patience, and relentless effort create power. A man works in silence, endures hardship, and pushes forward. And when the time is right, he emerges not with excuses, but with results so strong that they demand attention. This is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Lesson 15. Accept pain as part of growth. Pain is one of the most misunderstood aspects of life. Many people see it as something to avoid, something to escape, or something that indicates failure. A boy runs from pain, hides from discomfort, and hopes life will be easy. But a man understands that pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher. Every failure, every struggle, every rejection, every heartbreak, and every disappointment carries a lesson. Pain is the force that shapes you, molds your character, and prepares you for the challenges ahead. Growth is rarely comfortable. If it were, everyone would achieve greatness. But the truth is, growth requires sacrifice, struggle, and endurance. The moments that hurt the most are often the moments that define you. Pain exposes your weaknesses, shows you where you need to improve, and pushes you to find solutions. Without it, you remain stagnant, comfortable, and limited. A man does not wish for an easy life. He wishes to grow, to become stronger, and to master himself. And growth always comes through challenges. Pain also builds resilience. When you face adversity and choose to confront it rather than avoid it, you develop mental toughness. You learn that discomfort is temporary, that failure is not the end, and that your capacity to endure is far greater than you imagined. Over time, each painful experience adds layers to your strength, wisdom, and self-confidence. The key is perspective. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. A man chooses to see every painful experience as a teacher, not as punishment. He asks himself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this to become stronger? By doing so, he transforms setbacks into stepping stones, difficulties into opportunities, and struggles into strength. If you can embrace pain rather than avoid it, you will gain power that most people never understand. Pain will no longer break you. It will build you. You will move through life with courage, determination, and resilience, because you know that every challenge, no matter how difficult, is shaping you into the man you are meant to become. Lesson 16. Keep your word. Your word is one of the most powerful tools you possess. It is more than just what you say. It is your identity. Every time you speak, you create trust, influence, and credibility. A man who consistently keeps his word earns respect, builds strong relationships, and becomes reliable. On the other hand, a man who fails to honor his promises loses respect, damages trust, and diminishes his own integrity. Your word is not a casual statement. It is a reflection of who you are. Keeping your word starts with honesty and intention. Don't make promises you cannot keep. Don't speak just to impress others or gain temporary attention. Every commitment you make should be deliberate and achievable. If you say something, follow through. Even small actions, when consistently honored, create a reputation of reliability and strength. People notice when someone consistently does what they say. They trust them, they respect them, and they value their presence. Breaking your word, even once, can have lasting consequences. Trust, once broken, is difficult to rebuild. Words carry power. They create bonds or destroy them. A man who respects his word understands that credibility and respect are earned over time, but can be lost in an instant. He measures his speech, aligns it with action, and ensures that his promises are meaningful and dependable. Keeping your word also strengthens your own confidence and discipline. When you consistently honor your commitments, you reinforce your integrity and self-respect. You no longer rely on others' opinions to feel worthy, because you know that your actions and words are aligned. Integrity becomes part of your identity. A man's word is his bond. It opens doors, builds alliances, and commands respect. When people know they can trust your word, you do not need to demand respect. It comes naturally. In the end, your word is more than just a promise. It is a reflection of your character, your reliability, and the kind of man you truly are. Keeping it is non-negotiable. Lesson 17. Never stop improving yourself. The journey of a man never ends. There is no final level, no ultimate destination where you can say, I am complete. Life does not reward stagnation or comfort. It rewards growth, effort, and constant improvement. No matter how strong, skilled, or successful you become, there is always room to become better. A boy may feel satisfied with what he knows, what he has, or who he is. But a real man understands that complacency is the enemy of greatness. Improvement is not only about acquiring skills or knowledge, it is about evolving your mind, your habits, your character, and your perspective. A man who stops learning, stops pushing himself, or stops challenging his limits will slowly lose the edge he once had. Strength, confidence, and influence are not permanent. They require maintenance, effort, and continuous growth.
Every day presents an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The path of self-improvement requires humility. A real man admits that he does not know everything. He listens, observes, and absorbs lessons from life, from people, and from his own mistakes. He reads books, learns new skills, develops his mind, and reflects on his actions. Improvement is a lifelong commitment, not a one-time goal. It is the small, consistent steps, repeated daily, that compound into mastery over time. Growth is also about challenging yourself. Comfort is the enemy of improvement. To evolve, you must push beyond what is easy, confront your weaknesses, and face new challenges with courage. You must ask yourself every day, how can I be better than I was yesterday? This mindset transforms ordinary men into leaders, achievers, and men who leave a lasting impact on the world. A real man is always evolving because he understands the truth. The moment he stops growing, he starts falling. Life does not stand still, and neither can you. Every skill, every relationship, every opportunity requires a commitment to continuous improvement. Growth becomes your shield against mediocrity and your path to power, influence, and fulfillment. Never stop learning. Never stop pushing. Never stop improving. The man who dedicates himself to constant growth becomes unstoppable because he knows that greatness is not a destination. It is a journey. And the journey never ends. By embracing this mindset, you ensure that every day, every decision, and every action brings you closer to the man you are capable of becoming. Final message. Become the man you were meant to be. Let me tell you something important. The world doesn't need more boys who complain, who blame others, who give up when things get tough. The world needs men who lead. Men who stand firm when life hits hard. Men who control their emotions, master their desires, and take full responsibility for their actions. Becoming that man is not easy. It requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires courage. The kind of courage that keeps you moving forward even when you are afraid, tired, or doubting yourself. This journey is about consistent growth, one step at a time. If you follow these lessons day by day, habit by habit, you will begin to see change. Not just in the way you act, but in the way you think. Not just in your skill, but in your confidence and mindset. Your entire life will start to shift. The man you want to be is not born overnight. He is built through effort, perseverance, and the refusal to settle for anything less than your life. Here on English Achieve, we teach you not just to survive, but to thrive. We show you how to take control of your life, strengthen your mind, and shape your character. One day, you will look in the mirror and you will no longer feel lost or unsure. You will see strength. You will see discipline. You will see control. You will see a man. And in that moment, you will know this is the life you built. This is the man you became. Every sacrifice, every effort, every choice, it all led to you standing here, complete, powerful, and unstoppable. 이렇게 해서 끝이 났습니다. Hi everyone, welcome to English Achieve. 힘드네. Listen carefully. 제목은 Becoming a Real Man이었습니다. 7 life-changing rules to build power, discipline, or unshakable confidence. 다음 쇄도잉은 How to remember everything. How to remember everything.
Life-changing video.
Life-changing video.
If you've ever forgotten a name just seconds after hearing it. If you've studied for hours only to forget everything in the exam. If you walk into a room and forget why you came in. If your head feels overloaded with information and you can't remember what matters, then this video is not just for you. It is meant for you. You're about to learn the exact steps that can unlock your brain, upgrade your memory, and help you remember anything you want forever. This isn't just another 5 tricks to boost your memory type of video. This is a deep, powerful system that will help you transform the way your brain works, starting today. And here's the best part. This video is also great for your English, because as you listen, you'll learn how to use real, clear, and powerful English sentences, improve your understanding, and grow your vocabulary naturally. So whether you want to pass exams, remember everything you read, speak better English, or train your mind like a genius, stay with me till the end. Because if you truly apply the steps I'm about to show you, you will never forget what matters again, and you will finally feel what it's like to trust your mind again. Let's begin. Step 1. Understand how memory works. The real reason you forget everything. Before you can learn how to remember everything, you need to know why you forget. Most people think they have a bad memory. They say things like, I'm not smart. My brain is weak. I just can't memorize things. But here's the truth. You don't have a weak memory. You just have an untrained one. And the first mistake is this. We never learned how memory actually works. Let me explain it to you in the simplest and most powerful way. Your brain is like a library. Imagine your brain is a library. Every time you learn something, a name, a date, a fact, it's like putting a book on a shelf. But if you don't place that book carefully, if you don't label it, if you don't come back and check it, it gets lost in the noise. That's exactly what happens in your mind. Information comes in, but it doesn't stay. Because your brain doesn't move it from short-term memory to long-term memory. And that's the key. Short-term versus long-term memory. Here's how it works. Short-term memory is like a whiteboard. You write something down, but if you don't save it, long-term memory is like a permanent notebook. Once it's saved there, it stays forever. But most people keep everything in short-term memory. They hear a name, but never repeat it. They read a page, but don't connect it emotionally. They cram for exams, but don't revisit the material. So the information never moves to long-term storage, and it disappears. Let's say you're at a party. You meet someone new. They say, "Hi, I'm Jason." You smile, shake hands, talk for a few minutes, and walk away. 5 minutes later, someone asks, "What was his name?" And your brain goes blank. Why? Because your brain heard the name but never processed it. It was never repeated. It was never linked to anything emotional. It was never visualized. So it vanished. Now imagine this. You meet Jason again. But this time you think, Jason. Like Jason Statham, the actor. And he does look a bit like him. You smile. You repeat his name. Nice to meet you, Jason. Then later you say it again. Jason, what do you do? Now your brain is focused, connected, and repeated. It has built a stronger path. And next time you see him, you remember. The lesson? Memory is not a talent. It is a skill. And like any skill, it begins with understanding how it works. If you keep throwing information into your brain without understanding how it saves it, you will always feel lost. But if you apply what you're learning right now, you'll finally feel in control. So before we move forward, remember this. Your memory is not broken. Your system is. And today, we're going to build a new system together. Step 2. Pay full attention. Because you can't remember what you never noticed. Here's a brutal truth. You don't have a memory problem. You have an attention problem. You cannot remember what you did not see clearly. You cannot remember what you have heard. You cannot remember what your brain never focused on in the first place. Let me explain why this matters so much. Because if you don't fix this one thing, none of the other memory steps will work. Every day, your brain receives millions of pieces of information. Sounds, colors, movements, words, faces, texts, notifications, noises, headlines, voices. If your brain tried to remember everything, you would go insane. So it chooses what to keep and what to forget. And how does it choose? Based on your attention. If you focus on it, it stays. If you don't, it disappears like it never existed. Your attention is the key that unlocks memory. Imagine this. You get out of a taxi. You're tired. You're checking your phone. You're thinking about dinner. You pay the driver and accidentally leave your bag in the car. 5 minutes later, you realize, oh no, my bag, my passport, my laptop. You try to remember the car's number plate, but your brain gives you nothing. Why? Because your brain was never truly paying attention to the car. You saw it, but you didn't look. You heard the driver's voice, but you didn't listen. Your brain never saved the data. Because you never told it to. Now imagine if you had paused for just 1 second before getting out of the car, looked at the number plate, noticed the driver's face, said to yourself, okay, this is a white Toyota with plate number 8473. That 1 second of attention could have saved you everything. You sit in a classroom or on YouTube and someone says something important, but your mind is already somewhere else. You hear it, but it never enters. You read a sentence, but your mind is half thinking about a song you heard earlier. You listen to a podcast, but you're also texting a friend at the same time. Later you say, I studied, but I don't remember. No, you didn't study with attention. You were physically present, but mentally absent. If your mind is not here, your memory won't be either. And it's not your fault. The world is designed to steal your attention. Social media, notifications, multitasking, noise. All of it trains your brain to stay distracted. But the truth is simple. You can't save a file if you never opened it. So don't blame your memory. Blame your focus. Because memory begins with attention. From now on, whenever you want to remember something, stop, pause, look, listen. Say it out loud. Repeat it in your head. Give it real attention for just 5 seconds. Because those 5 seconds can be the difference between remembering for life and forgetting forever. Now you understand. Attention is the door. If you don't open it, nothing gets inside. And that's why step 2 is the foundation of memory mastery. Step 3. Turn words into pictures. Because your brain thinks in images, not text. Now that you've trained your attention, here's the next secret. Your brain doesn't remember words. It remembers pictures. Let that sink in. If I say the word elephant, what pops into your mind? The letters E-L-E-P-H-A-N-T? No, you see a big gray animal with a long trunk, flapping ears, walking slowly. That's how your brain stores data, as images, not as text. So if you want to remember anything, a name, a word, a fact, a number, you need to convert it into a mental picture. Let me explain how this changes everything. Words are boring. They're abstract. Your brain doesn't know what to do with them. But images are alive. They have color, emotion, shape, movement. Example, you meet a girl named Lily. Now, if you just think Lily equals name, you'll forget it in minutes. But what if you imagine her hair made of white lilies?
or her holding a bouquet of lilies while smiling. Now her name is connected to a picture. Your brain goes, oh, that's interesting. Let's keep it.